Palestinian jailed for murder of Israeli teenagers. An Israeli military court has sentenced a Palestinian man to 3 life terms for the abduction and murder of 3 Israeli teenagers in the West Bank. Hussam Qawasmeh, a member of Hamas, must also pay $63,000, £41,000, in compensation to the victims' families. 2 other suspects were shot dead by Israeli forces in Hebron in September. The teenagers' murders in June set off an escalating cycle of violence and led to a 50-day conflict between Israel and Palestinian militants in Gaza. The leader of Hamas, the Islamist group dominant in Gaza, said in an interview in August that a Hamas cell had killed the teenagers but had not acted on instructions from above. Cold-blooded. Neftali Frenkel and Gilad Shah, both aged 16, and 19-year-old Eril Yefrek went missing at a road junction between Jerusalem and Hebron as they hitchhiked home on the 12th of June. Their bodies were found almost 3 weeks later in a nearby valley. The Israeli authorities launched a crackdown on Hamas in the West Bank following the abduction and quickly identified 2 of the group's operatives, Hussam Qawasmeh and Abu Aisha, as suspects. They managed to evade capture for several months before being killed. Hussam Qawasmeh's mother holds up a photograph of him after his arrest was announced, the 7th of August, 2014. Hussam Qawasmeh was identified by the Israeli authorities as a suspect in August, weeks after his arrest. Photos supplied by Shin Bet of Marwan Qawasmeh, left, and Abu Aisha. The 26th of June 2014. Suspects Marwan Qawasmeh and Abu Aisha were killed in an Israeli raid in Hebron in September. Hussam Qawasmeh, a 40-year-old Hebron resident arrested in July while attempting to cross into Jordan, was not initially named as a suspect. However, in August, documents were submitted to the Israeli Supreme Court by the Israeli government that alleged he had confessed during interrogation to organizing the abduction of the teenagers by obtaining $50,500, £33,200, in funding from Hamas and purchasing weapons. He had also admitted to helping bury the teenagers' bodies on a plot of land he owned and destroying evidence, the documents said. On Wednesday, he was convicted by an Israeli military court of 3 counts of accessory to murder, membership of a group that committed murder, 2 counts of bringing enemy funds into the country, 1 count of carrying out activities for Hamas, 1 count of arms dealing, 2 counts of obstruction of justice and 1 count of sheltering wanted individuals. At his sentencing hearing on Tuesday, the Israeli military prosecutor alleged that Hussam Qawasmeh had not seen the teenagers as humans and killed them because they were Jews, the Jerusalem Post reported. Hussam Frenkel, the father of Neftali Frenkel, said he deserved to be punished in accordance with the full severity of the law. The court agreed, saying he was guilty of the cold-blooded and terrible murder of 3 young people who were going home to their families.